Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The eSports Report continues. Benson, Mr. X, and of course Max. Now we're going to do our full team preview. After speaking briefly to Slack, kind of go a little bit of insight into how he's feeling going into X Games, how he feels about the team as well. It's always good to get a good feel for how a team is going. Because sometimes we kind of say, yeah, we expect this team to do really well, where in actual fact, they're having a couple of issues. TK. So, without a bit of a cough, apologies. Without further ado, let's introduce to you the full Elevate roster. If you didn't know it, very, very powerful squad. We have high expectations, like I said earlier on. Of course, Slack going to be leading the squad, going to be teaming with Classic, TJ Haley, and Temp.
I'm excited about the squad.
Very good team. It's funny because you look at their record in the league and you're like, oh, yeah, I don't see why everyone's getting hyped. But when this team has played together, they have been pretty much unstoppable. It's just that sometimes we've been playing with subs every now and then.
Temps missed a ton of time, Slacks missed a ton of time. They had like random rosters at the beginning.
That's true. Let's not forget about that.
And what, they had Spacely and Huddle. Spacely gets traded to Prof.
Yeah, he went here, there, and everywhere. He was traded more than a Pokemon card.
Huddle gets benched for TJ pretty quick.
Real quick.
Yeah, and then, you know, they get Ricky for a bit. Ricky then leaves for ON.
Yeah.
And then they get Temp. They pick up Temp, who was a free agent at the time.
Great pickup.
How he was a free agent, God only knows.
It just shows you how drastic some of these team changes are, like at the beginning of the seasons.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what was Elevate's original roster at the beginning of season 1?
Absolutely not.
Season 1?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What was their week 1 roster?
Killa, Miracles, Study, and Spacely.
Wrong.
Killer and Miracles were on Elevate at the very beginning of the game.
Yes. Who are the other two?
Study.
Who's fourth?
Not Spacely?
No.
Nope.
It was someone really random, wasn't it? No?
No.
Was this the same UMG Orlando roster?
No. They made
at the very beginning of the season 1.
Season 1. They made roster move like almost instantly.
I know for a fact it was Fears and Legal.
No.
Who was it?
It was Parasite.
I wanted to say Parasite. I wanted to say that, and I was like,
no, there's no way. You found out on Prophecy?
No,
it was because they teamed and they made a team change. And like
instantly,
like literally, you blinked and it was gone. Because that was when everyone was like, yo, they're gonna bring back the old Impact squad, and then everyone was either playing with Study, and then it was like, oh, you can't come.
And Spacely was on Prof.
Dude, that's funny. That's hilarious. It's
traded, yeah.
Yo, you should do some trivia questions, Matt. Anyway,
yeah, sure.
That was a look at the team. Now let's dive deeper into our individual players. We're gonna start with Slacked.
Why not?
And go over with some of his interesting stats. His role, Flex. The guy can pretty much do everything. First time competing at X Games, but more importantly, the first time competing at any considered major. Obviously, couldn't play at COD XP, couldn't play at COD Champs, missed out last year's X Games, finally gets his chance at a big, big event. Overall KD from the season, 1.08. S&D, nice 1.12. Negative by just a 0.01 in CTF. Hardpoint, 1.07. Averages nearly 3 uplink per game as well.
Yeah, these are great numbers that you want to see out of a fresh player.
Yeah, definitely. And I really think the team missed it at UMG.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, they gained a little bit in S&D, but they lost a lot in Respawn. I mean, with Slack, they're going to be a very talented
really that
Respawn.
bad?
No, it's not.
Would you say Replay's S&D is that much better?
No, not that much better, if that.
I feel like Slack is a key component for this Elevate team.
He can do it all.
Really talented individual. He's been around and prominent really since Black Ops 2 as well. He's played under FaZe, Unite.
Whenever he's been able to play, his teams have done well.
Right.
I mean, look at MW at the end of Ghost. They were a very good team.
Finished third at season 3.
Unite.
Oh, Black Ops 2 Unite.
good.
They got second at Dallas. I mean,
you know he's hungry for a medal too.
that Justice Squad too in the beginning of AW.
They were
him and Enable was so good.
It was him, Enable, Moach, and Classic.
And
they were like one of the most
win an S&D. Which was super ironic because you had a team.
But they were
very talented.
But they were the only team in the top 4 that like consistently with Optic at the beginning.
Right. Yeah.
It was them and Optic, the only teams that were like consistently in the top 4.
Very true. Very true. That was a look at Slack. Now moving on, we'll take a look at Classic. Classic had again another fantastic UMG role. Technically,
more objective
minded than a Slayer. Finished 5th to 8th in 2014. So that's his X Games history. Overall KD 1.01. 0.96 S&D KD, 0.96 CTF, hardpoint, and 1.09. Surprised to actually see him positive there in hardpoint. Puts a lot of pressure on Hills, always going to be on those hardpoints as well. Averaging 27.86 kills per map and just over 3 uplinks per game.
Yeah, it was a part of that great FaZe Red squad from last year's X Games.
How many games did they win, Matt?
I don't even know.
How many maps
did they win? One is the answer. Niggity going to be looking at trying to improve upon just one map win this time last year.
In a best of 7s, if you don't win more than one map. If somebody goes to X Games and wins one map, like those 4 players should be banned from like other events.
Agreed. Classic missed out on Season 1 Championship due to some account recovering issues. Important to remember that. And obviously, as we touched on, part of the very disappointing FaZe Red performance last year. So he has a lot to prove. A lot to prove. Again, he's going to be hungry as well. I feel that's what's great about this team. They just have that hunger about them, and they're just so naturally talented too, that who knows? Maybe this could be a team which do actually cause an upset.
No, they easily could.
Yeah.
Next player for Elevate, my dude, TJ.
Stunner top 8, baby.
TJ is my homie. Stunner top 8. 0.97 overall KD, 1.10 S&D KD, 27 in the Slayer rating, 2 uplinks a game, 0.97 hardpoint KD, 0.87 CTF. The stats, I wouldn't really consider much of that with him.
I'm so glad you mentioned that. For me, he isn't a player which is about the stats. It's about the fact, his in-game intelligence, his movement mechanics, like uplink.
He's always in the right position, like always making a big play. He's so always composed too. Yeah, he's like never like nervous. He's a fantastic player, and that, you know, like we talk about like the future players of like Call of Duty, like who are gonna be like the best players. Like he'll be the best player. Yeah, I'll say it right now. He'll be the best player out of all the young kids we see right now.
If he keeps playing the way he is right now, for sure. Really keep your eyes out for TJ. Just emerged as just a strong player, pretty much out of nowhere. To be completely honest, it all started with some online play. We watched Stunner and we're like, yo, this team could be pretty good, full of young guns. They go over to UMG Orlando and just play out of their minds. They had some of the craziest games we've seen in it.
That uplink game on comeback against Denial, he made that insane interception.
And then he wins the game. Yeah, I feel like people forget that. It's like, oh yeah, TJ is the guy that made the interception. Yeah, and then he proceeded to win the game for the team in the last second of the game. It's like, come on, man. Yeah. This guy he's full of talent. Last player on the team is going to be Temp, dubbed as an online warrior because of that absolutely ridiculous overall KD. 1.3. I feel dumb just saying that. 1.3.
That's just stupid.
1.3. Oh my God, he's from Atlanta.
Yeah, just look at, hold on. Just look at some of the other like just per game KDs. Like the CTF is a 1.36.
That's
S&D a 1.16. Hardpoint a 1.26. What do you think his uplink KD is?
1.2 something. Averaging 30 kills a game.
Has to be high. Averaging 30 kills per game. The guy's an animal.
Insane.
And he also is not afraid to get his hands dirty, do some objective work. 1.21 uplinks as well in there. But first time competing at X Games, again, very young player, only 16 years old. First major that he's going to be at as well. You know, no COD champs, obviously too young. Wasn't at last year's X Games.
Oh,
similar position effect.
His uplink KD is a 1.38. So his worst game mode is S&D with a 1.16.
Oh no. He really struggles in S&D.
His worst respawn happens to be Hardpoint with a 1.26.
Oh my God. Stupid numbers.
Temp's Hardpoint game's really struggling, guys.
He needs to step up. Yeah, it's the one game mode if you look at, he needs to step up. But you can look at those numbers and be like, yeah, so what? It's online. It means nothing. The guy did it Atlanta as well. He performed so strong.
Let's see.
Curious to know exactly what the discrepancy is.
He finishes Cali with the #1 overall KD.
The guy just kills everything. He's a freak of nature.
So his Cali KD is a 1.29, the exact same as...
A 1.29?
Very close to his...
So that's only a 1.01 difference between his online KD.
Hold on, write these down. Okay, yeah,
I need a pen.
I would almost say that is fake. His hard point...
Do you have a pen? I need a pen. God damn, we don't have a pen. All right,
his hard point game slacked a little bit. He had a 1.14.
1.14 in hardpoint. All right, so that is different by, well, 1.26, 1.14. So a little bit different in hardpoint.
Oh, yeah. So his CTF was average. You know, his teammates, these are his teammates' scores. His teammates' KDs were a .93, a .95, a .78. Temps was a 1.53 in CTF.
What? Sorry, what? His online 1.36.
All
so
right,
he absolutely just crapped.
S&D,
okay.
a 1.16, the exact same.
Exact same.
Uplink, I just said it was a 1.39. 1.39 uplink on LAN as well. He has the exact same KD on LAN.
The only thing which was different was his hardpoint.
Right.
By .07?
Yeah. Not that much, but his overall KD averages out to be exactly.
His Slayer rating was 31.6.
Oh, he averages one more kill online, guys. One more kill.
So is he a warrior?
No.
Don't think so.
The guy is just godlike.
Yep.
That's just stupid.
Whether you want to accept it or not, the guy has just got abnormal amounts of talent.
I mean, the real thing, people still will, say, "Oh, online warrior," but really, doing it at X Games will even silence the doubters even further.
If he can perform just like that at X Games, and that's kind of what I think you heard Slack touch on. It's like if they get that temp at X Games,
if they even get something close to that,
medal,
right? Easy medal. They'll cruise through, and they are very good. And obviously, we mentioned before they played TCM first game. For me, that temp versus Madcap battle is going to be ridiculously hype because temp is definitely a player who can compete at the highest level. And to kind of go ahead and emphasize that we have a gameplay for you guys, it's going to be watching this Elevate squad play a hardpoint game. I believe it's versus Justice. It's a very, very close game, but it shows that this team, including some very, very young players, can still stay composed when their back's against the wall. Let's take a look.
The Advanced Warfare Pro League, there you see Envy. They're going to go down 2-0 to Justice. A little bit of a shocker, but this game has finally gotten underway. Restriction by Foxadon. Fox thought Prof was going to have to play man down for a little bit. Aches comes in at the last second out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with him. That definitely would have been rough. They had to play a team like this 3 versus 4, and it looks like they're actually in the lead right now. Would that be correct? I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties over here seeing the score and the teams and everything, but from the last time I checked, Prof was just barely in the lead.
Yeah, I'll paint the picture for you. It's a 110-104 in favor of Prof. Aches 21-19 leading the way for Prophecy. Then on the flip side, pretty balanced from Elevate, a lot what you expect. But this is the number 2 team in the Pro League right now, Elevate versus the number 8. So Prophecy, TCM, and I believe TK all tied for 7th, 8th. So very hard to make it out of that bottom in the Pro League, but also it's so close down there. I know we have teams that go from 5 or 6 all the way down to 11 in one day, and then teams like in the 10-11 spot can move all the way up to 5th place. So crazy things happening. Gonna be the second rotation to Hills. Looks like it's gonna head towards Eskies here. 8 seconds gonna be on board with Classic as him and Elevate gonna spawn right over at that next hill.
Yeah, when you have that early spawn on the next hardpoint, your teams are definitely doing something right. You should be able to set up, at least get the initial couple of seconds on the hardpoint, fight off the first wave of enemies, and I think that's what we're going to see happen right here.
Yep, Elevate wins all of their gunfights, gonna fight off that first wave on board with Slack. He's got players pushing above him. Gonna need to have some teammate support here, really to help him out. You see 2 kills in the feed coming for Elevate. Slack able to pick up 1, able to get a second one up top, and Elevate starting to make a comeback. They should be able to hold the majority of this hill. 4 players from Prof, all pushing to Slack's left. They're gonna try and go up top again, and he's doing a great job just hiding behind the middle escalator, that column, and just not being spotted from the players above.
Yeah, I mean, Prof getting the same spawn over and over again at green and just failing the push every single time, getting wiped 4 down. They really just can't get anything going here. Now we're finally seeing them pushing to the hard point, but again, just 1 player left for Prophecy, and he's going to go down, and now they're going to spawn way out. Where I'd imagine we're going to see them start to rotate for this next hard point because that entire hill was a complete fail.
Yep, it's going to be a rotation out of Prophecy, but they did not get any points in that hill. Everything going to go to Elevate as they have control of this game, up by 20 points currently. It's going to be TJ Haley jumping in the hill, able to get 1, not able to take care of Sensor. Sensor on a 3 streak. He's going to be taken out by Classic. Classic able to pick up a huge 2-piece over here in blue. Should be able to lock this down. And Fox, if you are Prophecy, you need to make a play over here at blue. I think if they don't get this hill back, probably goes to Elevate.
Oh, absolutely. And by the looks of it, we only have one Prophecy player able to push it. Now he's got a squad spawning up in purple. He's waiting for them. It's very good that he did not challenge. But just as he does, even when his team gets over there, he is the first death. And now it's a 2 versus 3 situation, and all Prophecy players are going to fall. We've seen the exact same thing happen for the last maybe 6 or 7 attempts at a hill from Prophecy, except for the one that they spawned at. That's pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, Prophecy just really trying to flood through the front, kind of letting this game get away from them. As you see, Classic picking up a nice 2-piece in the hill. It's going to be another kill from Classic, going to be on a 4 streak, currently going to head over towards Green Plat. 2 members of Prophecy over on that side, going to be able to take out Aches, make that streak 5. And Classic really putting in a nice amount of work here for this Elevate squad. 36 and 28, leading the lobby in kills. And also, most caps on his team. Really, Classic doing everything here tonight.
Absolutely. And now we're seeing Prophecy finally holding Green Plat. They finally have a hard point down for more than 3 seconds. They've been holding it pretty well. They also had very beneficial spawns. They only had to fight one person that was already rotating early, and then they just had to wait for the rest of Elevate to come over and push. So they were able to hold it for a while. But it looks like their run is over as Elevate's going to take this hard point from them.
Yeah, it looks like this one should be in favor to Elevate. Apathy on your screen, going to try and break in, going to be able to get 1. Can he pick up the second? Yes, he gets the second player taken out right away, though. And you see the rest of the players on prop just trying to flood up top, not able to do so. 50 seconds left, 113 to 160, 213 to 160 in favor of Elevate. This one looks like it's going to go their way, Fox, in a commanding fashion. After, the first rotation to Hills, they were down by quite a bit.
Yeah, and it's pretty weird to see. Prophecy's like playing it well. They're rotating the hard points extremely well. I mean, except for the last one, they pushed 3 people to the old hard point, had 1 person stay at the old one. I just feel like they should have committed to one or the other in that situation. But they're rotating well. They just can't win their gunfights against Elevate here. They're just completely outslaying them.
Seems to be a problem a lot of teams have against Elevate. Elevate, the #2 team in the league. A lot of talk. Nope. Are they just online? Are they going to be able to perform at LAN? I think online results have been more indicative of what we're seeing at LAN recently, and we know Classic, Slacked, and TJ have had success on LAN. Temp shows up, plays like he does, they'll be perfectly fine. It's going to be Elevate winning this first one, 222 to 178. Going to go to a quick commercial break. When we have come back, going to have game number 2.
Temp struggled there, man.
Wow.
Struggled, man.
God.
Struggled, man. No, I'm just kidding. The team looked absolutely great, especially in game modes like Hardpoint. I think the addition of Slack that you didn't really get to see at Unity Cali is going to cement that even further. For now, we're going to get a quick commercial break. When we return, though, we're going to take a look at Elevate's Season 2 performance in a big old review, give you guys some pretty looking graphics to make life easier on you. Be right back.